Hey girls, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Vivian Rose. If you're new to the podcast, this is a podcast all about teenage girl stuff like lifestyle, fashion, beauty, wellness, literally just trying to become the best version of ourselves as a teenage girl, because I feel like a lot of times all the podcasts are about becoming the best version of yourself, but as an adult. And I would say that most of us here are about 17 and 18, but if you are younger, this obviously still applies to you. And if you're older, it still applies to you, but I'm just saying that based on my target audience that are teenage girlies who are looking to just become the best version of themselves, be so good in school, but still have a balanced life. So I'm so excited to get into this episode because this week we're going to be talking about how to not care what people think about you. And I feel like this is such a big thing recently, especially since we're getting into summertime. You know, it is a lot with summer bodies and stuff. I feel like I see new TikToks, new videos all about summer bodies every single day, and it's just so toxic. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this because I want you to know that it really isn't even that big of a deal, and I just want to go through a whole topic all about not caring what people think about you. So let's get right into this week's little opening segment. So first of all, we're going to do our fashion icon of the week, which this week is Priscilla Presley. I seriously adore Priscilla Presley so much. I have just been so obsessed with her style recently, and just like her makeup and stuff. I have been like literally on Pinterest like every day looking up Priscilla Presley style and aesthetic, and I literally want to book a trip to Graceland right now so I can go tour their home, and it's just like my favorite. I'm so obsessed with it. So this is how to channel Priscilla's iconic style. So number one is obviously the big bouncy hair. I feel like this is so big for her persona. I feel like the more volume, the better. So rollers, teasers, a little bit of hairspray are just Priscilla approved looks. And then also cat eye eyeliner. She loved eyeliner at that time. So I definitely think it's good to do a thick wing. I feel like if you really want to embody her, if you want to dress up as her, definitely a sharp dramatic wing is literally non-negotiable. You have to do it. Next is classic and feminine outfits. Think figure flattering silhouettes, maybe like a vintage inspired dress and elegant accessories. You can even just look up the Priscilla movie like outfits, and you can see all the outfits that they recreated from Priscilla, and obviously those are more easy to find now because it's more modernized. Also, monochromatic looks are Priscilla's favorite. I used to see like all like the what was it, like the movie when it first came out like 2 years ago, they would show like the press and they're like dressing up for it, and they really just embodied, oh my gosh, the monochromatic looks. And Priscilla loved like a matching moment. If it was all white, if it was pastels, a chic black like look, it can be anything as long as it's monochromatic. I feel like she would really adore that. And lastly, our statement sunglasses. I feel like I saw a lot of pictures of her wearing oversized and glamorous sunglasses, and I just feel like she would really like that. So you can even modernize this look by doing like a voluminous blowout, and you can also have like a sleek coquette inspired outfit, and you're going to instantly give iconic it girl. I just love that so much. Next are my current obsessions of the week, which is right now effortlessly glam beauty. I seriously have just been so obsessed with this. So berry stained lips are like my whole thing right now. I have been seeing so many people do the Pepsi Cola lips, and it is just so cute. Literally, like, I just want to try it so bad. So definitely berry stained lips, and then also 60s inspired liner. So I just love eyeliner, and I've just been loving to recreate Priscilla's eyeliner. I feel like it's so cute. And then also I've been loving my Fenty Beauty concealer. I just got it recently. It was only $15 at Sephora on sale. It's usually $30, so I got it for half off, and I'm just so happy I got it for half off because I really wanted a new concealer, and I'm so happy I was able to find such a high-end one and for such a good deal. Also, I got the Rare Beauty foundation, and I am so obsessed with it too. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I've already tried out the Fenty Beauty concealer, and I tried out the foundation a little bit, but not for like a whole like actual event, because tomorrow is actually my sister's wedding, so my older sister's wedding, so I'm going to do the foundation tomorrow, and then I did the concealer earlier this week so I can see if I like it. I am obsessed with both of them, guys. Definitely go check it out. The foundation was on sale for $7.50, which is so cheap for a whole foundation. I definitely recommend getting it, and the color literally matches my skin so well that like it literally just looks like skin. It's like seamless on my face. So I definitely recommend the Rare Beauty concealer and the Rare Beauty foundation and the Fenty Beauty concealer. I love it so much. Also, Little life update. Like I said, tomorrow is my sister's wedding, which is Friday, and I'm recording this on Thursday, so a day before it goes out, and I'm just so excited. Like, we're gonna do all the cute pictures and stuff, but then on Saturday, we're actually gonna do my senior photos, and I'm so excited for that as well, because, like, it's senior photos, you know? So I already have my outfits out and everything. I'm gonna take pictures in a pink cap and gown, and I feel like that's just gonna be so cute, and just, like, fun, and, like, it's giving Sharpay Evans, you know? I feel like that is just so me, so I'm so excited for that. Next, trending in fashion. So I've been really seeing a lot of old money glam meets modern it girl type of vibe. So think like Blair Waldorf, kitten heels, like chic black sunglasses, white outfits, vintage inspired handbags, really just anything that is just giving that like old timey look is really the vibe. Also, I feel like a lot of times with old timey looks, less is more. So wearing more of a capsule wardrobe will really give you that look. And structured mini bags look like they belong like in the 60s or something. I love those as well. My little sister has so many of them, and I just love them so much. Next is the quote of the week. So the quote of the week is actually from Priscilla Presley. The best accessory a girl can wear is confidence. And I totally stand by that, because that is so true. And I just definitely think that, like, obviously the best accessory a girl can wear is confidence. If you have the cutest outfit on, but you look insecure and you don't look confident, that is wild. I would rather, like, for every day of my life to be confident and not have the cutest outfit on than to be vice versa. Definitely work on your confidence. We're going to talk all about that in today's episode. Affirmation of the week is I radiate effortless beauty, grace, and confidence in everything that I do. I love that so much, because you can just repeat it, write it down, live it, just embody it in yourself. Next is a little wellness corner that I do every single week. How to stay that girl even on your laziest days, because we are not robots. We take breaks. So let's be real. Like, obviously, like I said, we have off days and we have lazy days. We can take mental health days any day of the week that we want to. But a knit girl knows how to stay in her energy even when she's not feeling 100%. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. So make sure you're making your space feel luxury and just luxe, so you can fluff your pillows, light a candle, throw on a silk robe, for instance, soft, like little Sabrina Carpenter-esque type of vibes. I feel like that automatically lifts my mood, makes me want to do even just a little bit of things on a lazy day. Do a 5-minute beauty boost whenever I'm feeling lazy and I just want to like look put together, but I don't want to do like a whole lot of makeup and like a whole hairstyle. I just like to brush up my brows, put on some lip gloss, mascara, perfume, just brush out my hair, and my mood is instantly lifted. I seriously stand by that. And if I don't feel like doing a whole outfit, I'll just do like some cute like gray sweatpants, my Adidas Sambas, and maybe like a Brandy Melville top. I feel like that automatically just is a whole outfit in itself. Next is to romanticize rest, so you can watch an old movie, read a book with a cup of tea, take a bubble bath. Just being an it girl is also about knowing when to recharge. Think about like with your iPhone, you wouldn't just use it till it dies every single time. You can't just expect a dead iPhone just to turn on randomly and be on 100. You have to charge it. So do the same for yourself. And you can also curate a playlist that helps you feel like really expensive and just like excited even when you feel lazy. I love to do different songs. Like, I know a lot of people have different music tastes, but I love pop, alternative, basically like just like Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, basic white girl music, literally. That's just like my favorite. So that's what I listen to. But anyway, let's get into the actual episode, which is how to stop caring what people think, because this is your life and not theirs. So let's go on and talk about this, because I seriously, like I said in the beginning, feel like summer bodies, we are about to see so many videos about that. And we've all been there. When we see those videos, we may feel some kind of way, but you don't want to do that, because you're taking away from your opportunity just to be yourself and be happy in the summertime. Just seeing someone else maybe not happy. I feel like a lot of times us empathetic girls will see somebody else not happy about their body, and it's like, well, I want to help, but now it's kind of making me feel bad, about my own body. So I really think you should, first of all, distinguish the difference between helping and internally taking in someone's words, but also just remember that it really isn't even that big of a deal. I feel like that is such a big thing when it comes to like stuff like that. It really isn't even that big of a deal. People are not thinking about you as much as you think. One of the biggest mindset shifts is seriously just most people are too busy thinking about themselves to think about you. And I know people say this all the time, but I'm 100% telling you that this is 100% true. Think about the last time you saw someone wearing something bold or doing something more different. How long did you actually think about it? maybe a few seconds, maybe a few minutes, but then you moved on with your life. And the same applies to you. Even if someone judges you for a moment, they'll forget it just as fast. So why waste your time worrying about that? I honestly feel like it really isn't even that big of a deal, girls. Like, I'm 100% telling you the truth. And sometimes you may hesitate to post a picture because you're overthinking it. You second guess your outfit choice. Maybe you just hold back from doing what you really want because you're afraid of judgment. But the truth is, the people who judge the most are usually the least confident people. That is something to seriously think about. The people who judge the most are usually the least confident people. Remember that. If people are judging you, they're not even confident in themselves. So why should you take in what they're saying if they don't even like themselves, Remember to never, ever take advice from someone that you would never want to become. If you don't want to be a mean girl, then don't take advice from a mean girl. They don't have time to care. So let's get into exactly how to let go of that fear and start living for you. So number 1, I already told you guys, which is realize that people aren't thinking about you as much as you think. But number 2 is to embody that it girl confidence. The most confident people don't necessarily have it all figured out because we're all living life for the first time, but they just act like they do. A lot of times, social media is a highlight reel of things, and you see certain parts of people's lives, but not their whole life. I know there's this girl that I know, and I used to see her posts all the time, and she used to be having her nails done every single day, and all her stories, her nails done, Pinterest posts, her nails done, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could get my nails done as much as her. She has a new nail design every week. But then I remember I talked to her in real life. She was like, no, these are just press-ons. I just trade them out every week. Oh my gosh, I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, I was sitting here thinking that you get your nails done every week. She was like, what? No, I just buy press-ons. And it makes sense, because press-ons are only $5, from the, I don't know, a drugstore or something. And that just shows you that you don't know the full story when you're seeing things on social media. A lot of times it really just is a highlight reel, and you don't see 100% truth. You just see half the truth, maybe even just a little bit of the truth. That's why you have to remember that when you see things on there, it's not 100% real. A lot of people don't have it all figured out. You're really not even that far behind as other people. It's just that people perceive it in a different way. So how she perceived it as if her nails were done all the time, but they were actually just press-ons. They were perceived in a different way. So I really just want you to remember that. But remember that confidence is never about feeling insecure, and confidence is never just about being insecure in general. It's about choosing to own who you are even when you feel unsure. When you go into a restaurant or a party, confidence isn't everybody's gonna like me. Confidence is, it doesn't matter if nobody likes me or if everybody likes me, because I like me. I feel like confidence is seriously just being so true to yourself and loving yourself so much that you don't care if people don't like you, because you already feel that void that you may have had in the past, of love that you may have not had. So you feel like you don't need to have everybody in the world love you or adore you, because you already adore yourself, and you have a really good support system and people around you that love you for who you are. So you don't need everyone to love you. I feel like that is one of the biggest things that I have learned. Also, I recently been posting a lot of pictures on Instagram, outfit pictures, day of my life, and a lot of people that I know in real life have followed my Instagram. And at first I was a little bit nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, but I'm a content creator, should I be posting this? Because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if they're going to see it? But I feel like the fear of being seen is so big in today's world, but I don't understand why. I had to take a step back when I was thinking this. I took a step back and I was like, why do you care if people are cringing at your videos or anything? Because people who cringe to make good videos are the ones that make it, and they do all they want and they achieve all of their dreams. So just remember that people aren't thinking about you as much as you are thinking about you, and the way that you present yourself to other people is how people are going to see you, So even if you post an outfit picture and you're like, this outfit is so much, I feel like it's so cute, but I'm scared for people to see it that I know from school, or people that I know, my family, to see it on Instagram. Just remember that if you show up on the post with confidence, that you don't care if somebody's gonna not like your outfit, or if they're gonna comment that's ugly. If you already don't care about that, you already have that confidence in yourself, that isn't going to bother you. That's not going to be a worry, that fear of being seen, So I just really recommend thinking about that and stopping yourself before you get into that overthinking spiral of, I don't want to post this because I'm scared for my friends to see it, if you're scared for your friends to see it, are these really your friends? I feel like your friends should hype you up. I have friends on my Instagram that literally comment and like on all my posts. They are the sweetest girls, and I just really feel like if your friends aren't hyping you up and they aren't liking your stuff, like, of course, like, maybe with the exception of maybe your friends just don't use Instagram that often, but you have to think about, like, do they really like me, or are they jealous of me, or they just don't want to be my friend anymore? I feel like a girl's gonna hype people up, and I think about that all the time with my friends, and I looked back and I was like, oh my gosh, all my friends always hype me up on my Instagram, and I just seriously appreciate that. So just side note, I wanted to say that. But anyway, let's get into how to fake it girl confidence until it's reality, because sometimes it is hard to be confident and basically be an it girl when you don't truly feel like it. So I feel like the more that you act like something, that is how you're going to become it. And that you may hear it all the time, but it is 100% true. The more that you act like it, you will become it. So number one is to stand taller, move slower, and own your space. I love to stand tall and like really sit right, like not like a hunchback, but like sit up straight. Improve your posture, it's really important. And then move slower, so you're being able to listen to everybody. You're talking, but you're doing more listening because you want people to feel like they are happy around you. You want people to think that they can be themselves around you. You're not just talking. Like, I know I'm a yapper, and I know most of us are yappers, but there's a difference between like over talking and yapping, So I really just feel like you should embody the yapping rather than over talking and just like cutting people off, talking over people. Definitely listen to people, make them feel heard, make them feel seen, because they're going to want to be friends with you if you make them feel that way. Also, own your space. So if you are sitting alone, don't look all weary and like kind of cringed out. Make sure that you are, one, putting yourself out there, but also remembering that if you are alone, it really isn't that big of a deal, because you occupy your own space. You are your own company, so you're not going to feel bad or anything when you're alone, because we love being alone, I love being alone, but I also like to be with others. I feel like I'm seriously an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert depending on who I'm around. So I like to have that balance. So if you spend time with yourself at home, taking yourself on dates, having self-care nights, everything showers, you're going to be more comfortable being by yourself in public settings. Next is to, when in doubt, make sure you're smiling, and it instantly just makes you look confident. I smile all the time, and people come up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, you look so happy, you look so sweet, you smiled at me. Literally, I maybe not even intended to do that. I'm just smiling at people because I want to be a nice person, and that automatically boosts my confidence. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm doing this right. Let me keep smiling at people because it's making people's day. I want to be a nice person and a good advocate for people. So I feel like really just smiling at everybody, even if you're just smiling, like just in the mirror, it just instantly improves your mood. I just definitely recommend smiling a lot more often. Next is to speak clearly and with certainty. Even if you're unsure about what you're saying, act like you believe in yourself, and don't say things that you don't know the whole truth about, unless like you're with close friends, it doesn't really care about that. But I definitely recommend just to make sure you're speaking clearly, make sure you're not speaking like nervously, because if you speak nervously, people aren't going to really listen to what you have to say, because they're like, is she even telling the truth, So make sure when you are talking, you are speaking clearly, you're being assertive, you know what you're saying, you're not like just sounding unsure about your conversation, I definitely recommend doing that. Like, if I'm talking about something I'm very passionate about, I am very, very, very engaged in the topic. I speak with certainty. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I love just to talk about my passions, and when you talk to people about your passions, ask them about their passions, because then you can learn more about another thing, and you can also build that connection with other people, letting them know that you also want to listen to what they have to say, and so they will listen to what you have to say. Also, wear what you love. I definitely feel like true confidence comes from dressing yourself, and like dressing for yourself and not others is such a big thing. I love to dress. I love like fashion and just like all the cute clothes. It's just my favorite. So I definitely recommend to dress for yourself, like even if you feel like people aren't going to like this outfit, you can wear it anyway. And what I mean by that is, obviously if you're going to a setting where it's like this isn't appropriate for that setting, obviously don't wear it. But if you're just going somewhere with your friends and you're like, oh my gosh, I hope that they don't hate my outfit, that isn't a big deal, because honestly, it doesn't matter if people hate your outfit. It doesn't matter if people like your outfit. What matters is that you truly like your outfit, and I definitely stand by making sure that even if you are going to be late for like, you're going to be like late by 10 minutes, 20 minutes. If you don't feel confident in your outfit, change your outfit, because changing your outfit will automatically give you that confidence boost. I love to just have go-to outfits that I just have sitting out when I am getting dressed, so that if I don't like this outfit and I don't really have that much time left to get ready, I can just throw on the outfit that I always feel confident in. It's like my go-to look, and I definitely just recommend doing that. So easy. Step number 3 is to stop seeking approval and start doing things for yourself. So ask yourself, are you making choices based off of what you want or what you think will impress others? I have to do that all the time. Don't think you're alone in this. With some of my friends, sometimes I'm like, well, should I just say this because I want to say it, or do I say this because I kind of like want them to like me? Think about that a lot, because people are going to want to be your friends because they like you as a person, not because you're just a copy and paste of them, Instead, make sure that you're practicing. Hold on, let me tell you about the mindset shift really quick. Mindset shift, this is like really fast. If you constantly seek approval, you'll always be chasing validation instead of living for yourself. So this is how to live for yourself and how to start making small independent choices every day. So post a picture that you want to. You may feel nervous. You may be nervous because you have all these hashtags, but who literally cares? Someone in the dream field that you have wouldn't be picking on somebody who was a lot smaller because they started there as well. So why are you taking advice from people who are like not even making any money? I feel like you should never take advice from people that you don't want to be. So make sure you post the pictures that you want, you post the outfits that you want, you wear the outfits that you want, say what's on your mind without overthinking it. Of course, be nice, be kind, be a good person. But if you just have an opinion that is different from other people and you're kind of nervous that they're not going to take it as well, say it in a nice way. You can say whatever you want as long as you're respectful and nice with it. So say what's on your mind without overthinking it. Another thing is to pursue the things that you love, even if no one else gets it. I feel like we waste so much of our life being misunderstood and just trying to prove ourselves to others, try to prove our point right. But honestly, it's not even that big of a deal. I did that for so much of my life, and I just come to realize that no one is ever going to understand me the way that I understand me, and that's okay. You'll find those people in the future, but I don't have those people right now, and I found those people now because that was in the past. But just think about that. Pursue the things that you love, even if no one else gets it, because you get it. You get it. You're enough as a person to get that for you, so you can be your own best friend, your own advocate. Once you stop thinking and looking for approval, you start realizing that you never needed it in the first place, and I totally stand by that. Last step is to surround yourself with energy that builds you up. So the people around you matter so much. As that saying says, the people that you spend your most time with, you're going to become them. So you don't want to spend a lot of time with a whole lot of smokers or people who vape, because you're going to become a smoker and you're going to start vaping. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who are good energy, they're nice, kind, bubbly, good people, because you're going to become that as well, and you can also rub off on them as a good person. So make sure that you are constantly around people who, if you're constantly around people who judge, criticize, or bring negativity into your life, it's way harder to stay confident, because I feel like you're always at battle, So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who are nice, they're not judgmental, they are sweet, they love you, and they don't expect you to be someone that you're not just to hang out with a certain group. So this is an it girl rule that I always stand by. Surround yourself with people who support, uplift, and inspire you. Stand by that to the day I die. Definitely surround yourself with people who you love, rather than people who you just feel like you have more in common with. I used to have this best friend, and we used to do everything together, but then I realized we weren't really friends. We just had a lot in common. That doesn't make someone a friend. A friend is someone who has the same morals and values as you, and they're not going to cross you in a rude way. They're not going to stab you in the back. They're not going to be rude, and they're going to be there for you, and they're going to support you, and they're going to be happy when you do something good and pick you up when you do something wrong, So I definitely recommend making sure that you do a little search on your friends and look at your friends and see, are these fake friends or these real friends? Because I had to do that a few years ago, and now I have really good real friends. Even if you have a small circle, that is better than having a million fake friends. I'd rather have 2 really good real friends than a million fake friends, guys. Seriously. Make sure that you unfollow people who make you feel insecure or drain your energy. If you feel like this girl you're hanging out with is just draining your energy, what I mean by that is every single time after you hang out with her, you feel tired, you feel like something was just taken out of you. That is when your energy was drained. So make sure that you aren't spending your time with those people, because you want to spend your time with energy givers, not energy takers, So make sure you limit time with people who bring negativity into your life, because you don't want to spend a lot of time with them. If you have to spend any time with them, be cordial. You don't have to have a full conversation, but just make sure you're being nice and you're being respectful. find a community of like-minded positive people. Even online even works. If you guys want to, you can follow my Pinterest and we can become mutuals, like I will comment on your stuff, you can comment on my stuff, we can be like good little friends. And also making sure that you are doing this in real life as well, because you want to have a lot of like good real friends, people who want to support you and they want to help you and they just want what's best for you in the long run, So I definitely recommend that. Confidence is contagious, so choose to be around people and energy that makes you feel unstoppable. And that is the end of today's episode. I'm going to do like a little recap so you can kind of get a little thing that you need to remember, because I feel like I just said so much in this episode, but I want you to remember as much as possible. So just remember that at the end of the day, people's opinions are just that. They're literally just opinions. They don't define you. They don't pay your bills. And they don't shape your future. So why let them control your life? I want you to remember that people will always have something to say, whether you're winning or failing. So you might as well do what makes you happy. And confidence isn't always about being liked by everyone. It's about liking yourself. And the moment that you stop caring what other people think about you is the moment that you truly become unstoppable. So starting today, stop holding back, stop overthinking, and just start living for you. And I seriously hope you enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to rate and review over Apple and Spotify. And I love you so, so much. Please leave me a Spotify comment. Tell me what you like the most about this episode and episodes you want to hear in the future. And I love you so much, like I said, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye, girlies.